Mr. Gabi Chemson, dédicace pour les mariés. Oh bon Dieu benito, amura forever. Manga benito, amura forever. Aquama we drago, amura forever.
For many, a visit to the Gambia will always be about the beach. But if you're like me and have other interests, don't be worried because there are tons of things for you to do in the Gambia. On this episode of Across All Borders Going West, we'll be looking at other activities you can engage in whilst visiting the Gambia, such as visiting islands, markets, nature reserves, museums, arts and historical sites, restaurants, bars, and of course, the wonderful coastline of the Gambia. I had a list of 25 places to visit, some of which I was not able to go to, and I would call out the ones I felt were interesting, and on this episode we will focus on 3. The Wasu Stone Circle Museum, Baboon Island, Baobolong Wetland Reserve, Kinga West National Park, Kunta Kinte Island, Fort Bulen, Makasutu, Aboku Nature Reserve. These are some of the places I would have loved to go to, but I wasn't able to go to. So if you have ever been and have an experience about it, please drop a comment under the video. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. But for today's episode, Up and About in the Gambia, we will be looking at my visit to the Kachikeli Sacred Crocodile Pool, the Monkey Park, and Lamin Lodge, and alongside with short visits to the markets, Albert Market, the Craft Market, and to 2 museums in the Gambia. So do join me as we explore my day trips in the Gambia. Wow. So how old is your oldest crocodile?
That one, for example, you have seen is 60 years old.
This is 60 years?
And there's the big one there.
Okay.
Is it Charlie?
It's not Charlie.
This is Charlie?
Charlie is very old as well. Because crocodile live up to 100 years.
Yeah.
They live up to 100 years.
Wow.
It's a long time.
You have no reason to get yourself bitten if you come to the crocodile pool, because on this wall all the instructions are written in various languages. We have Japanese, we have Italian, French, we've got Finnish, Polish, we've got Dutch, we've got German, Swedish, Russian, Spanish, Slovenian, and I don't know what the last language is. The last one is Danish, and it says welcome to Kachikeli Pool Guide Corner. So this is where you get your guide from. Wow, this is so strange, huh?
Oh yeah.
That they're just lying like that and they don't care. This is a beautiful tree. Is it still alive?
Yeah, it's still alive.
Wow. Oh my God, look at them.
I know.
Shoo.
This one is big.
Yeah, I just saw it. Oh my God. Wow.
There's so many of them.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so many. 100 crocodiles.
100 crocodiles? But are they local from here?
Yes,
Were they here
naturally.
before?
No,
They're naturally always here?
Naturally always here.
Okay. Wow. Oh, look at that one. That one is big.
Some of them are big.
That one is big.
Some of them are big.
But normally,
Yeah, think about it.
what were they eating normally?
Eating fish.
Fish, just fish.
Just fish.
You don't eat chicken?
No chicken.
Okay, so they don't eat people, obviously, because they don't eat chicken.
They feed them every morning. Is it 7 o'clock when you feed them?
7 o'clock before people come. We make sure they're okay.
Okay.
Eat fishes.
So, but there's never been an incident?
No, we are around to tell the people which one is which.
Okay.
Because some
So
of
it's
them,
not all of them you can touch?
No, some of them you cannot touch it. The female, when they're laying eggs, they have...
This looks like Charlie.
It looks like, because it's big.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
They get very big. They go up to 3 meters or 4 meters.
Yeah, the ones in
So is
Yamsoko are
Charlie swimming or
amazing.
is he dead already?
No, it's in the pool there somewhere.
So when they die, do they die on the water or
They
do
die
they come?
both outside, in the water, and outside.
Do you take them out?
Yeah, we take them. We have respect for this animal. We always bury them.
Yeah, you bury them? So is there a grave or somewhere where you've been burying them?
Like a grave, we just bury them somewhere.
Somewhere, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Their home.
Wow.
That's where they belong to.
Yeah.
Yes, this is natural for them.
Yeah,
Not
this
that people
place
bring
is
them
kind of
here.
magical, I think.
We are in Kachikeli, the crocodile pool, and as you can see, there's so many crocodiles lying around. There's one moving. I think he had my voice and he might be coming to say hello. Do you want to say hello as well? He's coming. Okay, he is definitely coming towards me. I want to take that as a good sign. He stopped. So I will talk about you. So I am in Kachikeli, the crocodile pool, which is, Kachikeli means in Mandinga, sacred place. And this place is believed to be sacred. It's housed crocodiles for several years. Some of the crocodiles are up to 100 years. And because the water and everything here is believed to be sacred, sometimes if women cannot conceive, they actually come to this place and take the water from the sacred pool and shower in this building here. It can be done any time of the year. That bucket is the bucket they use. But here's what's impressive. I'm actually standing here right next to, let me count how many crocodiles for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they're all around me and it's weird. It's a very weird feeling because normally I would run as fast as I can. But I'm here with my guide and these crocodiles are fed daily with fish. They have never eaten meat.
Exactly.
So you have no reason to be scared, but it also says do not touch the crocodiles without a guide. It's probably for your own safety because at the end of the day, they are still crocodiles and you want to respect it. What's also interesting about this place is you've got this tree that's literally been uprooted, but it is still alive because it fell into the sacred pond. So it's getting water feeding it. So you've got branches still growing. So this is a cool place to visit if you are in Gambia. There is a museum attached to it. So do check it out. And now we're going to go to the albino crocodile. So there is one albino crocodile and he comes out, as I hear, I don't know if it's a he. Is it a he?
It's a he.
Only on Fridays, and it is. Oh no, it hasn't gone in.
It's here.
It's here, posing with some of his homies. Oh, that's a nice pose. It's like the mouth really open. That's our albino crocodile, posing for the picture, I suppose. As you can see, his scales are really like white, and it's light skin, and it's the only one here. So you can see the difference. There are other crocodiles behind it, and the darker scales. So yeah, that's it from me to you.
Our second stop is the Bijolu Forest Park and Nature Trail, also commonly known as the Monkey Park. It lies on the coastal zone next to the beach, about 11 kilometers west of Banjul in the Cambo St. Mary district. What I love about this park is that it has a nature trail which goes up to 4.5 kilometers. I will talk about the trail later. You can expect to see different species in this park. The major ones are the green velvet monkeys, the western red colobus monkeys, the Senegal bush babies, Calitrinx monkey, Campbell's Mona monkey, and patters. There are also other mammals that you can find like the sun squirrel, the African civet, the mongoose, bush-tailed porcupine, and some other rodents.
This is my first time of seeing these colored monkeys. So in this park, there are different kinds of monkeys you will come across. The interesting thing about the red monkeys is that it's only the front part mainly that is red and the back part of it is black. And for the green monkeys, it's basically, oh my God, look at that one. It's basically actually the back that is green and the front part is white. And then when they mix, it's the green and black. And there's a mother carrying a baby up the tree. Let me get that for you. So the colors on the trees actually indicate what kind of length of walk you're doing through the park. When you see the blue color, then you're already headed kind of like for the 1 hour tour. So you can do a 30 minutes, you can do a 45, you can do 2 hours. So the colors marked on the trees show you how far or which part you're about to go on. So it's not like a sign system here, but the colors on the tree tell you where to go or how far you need to go. So we're just doing more or less the 30 minutes tour and I'm walking back. But on the 30 minutes tour, and which is not a guarantee, we've already seen 2 of the monkey species, the red and the green. We haven't seen the hybrid, but maybe on the way back, because monkeys do not always tell you where they are. You are lucky if you see them when you're walking around in the park. And we're about coming up to the red marker, which shows you like the 30-minute walk. So you see it on the tree as well. And then we're going back.
Here you can clearly see the difference. We mentioned there are 3 types of monkeys in this park. One thing to do notice is that the red monkeys actually look like they're bigger than the green ones. So far so good, the ones I've seen, but it might just be my impression. And there is this monkey sitting so interestingly on the tree. I have to show you that. I hope it has moved. Okay, but here you go, red monkeys and green monkey all together in one shot. So you can see the difference. So I didn't even know that a lot of West African soldiers were active for the British government in the different wars, the First World War, the Second World War. But this cemetery has been built in memory of the war heroes that were lost fighting for the British in these different wars. And here are lying soldiers from West Africa. So from different parts of West Africa, they fought for the British government. And this has been newly established in memory of those soldiers that fell during the war. So this is a strip of the beach at Gambia, and as you can see they've put boulders along the beach, and that's because the water here is really very strong, the currents of the water. And actually I heard that 2 days ago a tourist drowned. They haven't found her body. She was actually supposed to leave that day and she decided to enter the water. What you can see is there's a red flag, which is showing you that you should actually be very careful about the water, about the strong currents in here, which maybe explains why there are not a lot of people in the water. Like further down where the boulders are no longer there, I see people walking towards the beach, but the current is nevertheless quite strong. And it's not very encouraging to go into the water, which is why most of these resorts actually have pools, and most of the people stay in the pools. So this is the internet tree in Lamin Lodge. If you click on it, you will be able to get information. No, but I think it's called the internet tree because there are ads on it. But this is really quite creative. When I come back, I'm going to show it to you when the sun is shining. But this is internet tree, Lamin Lodge. Guys, welcome to Lamin Lodge. Here at Lamin, there are different things that are done. So one of the first things I want to point out is the oyster farming. The oysters are collected in dry season because in the dry season the water is salt water and the oysters can be eaten. Oysters are not eaten raw here. They are prepared, but the most interesting thing is that the oyster shells which you see have been piled up do not get thrown away. They are reused for paint and for cement. So if you burn it and grind it, you get white material for paint. After the raining season, if you have painted your house with oyster paint, you have to redo it because of course it will wash away. Another thing that happens is that the oyster shells are not collected during raining season because it's not the perfect season for it. They collect other type of shells which are found from the bottom of the river, and those ones are a bit different from the oysters, the other shellfishes. And the shellfishes are then eaten and also used, the shells, for decoration of houses. I'll show you a bit of those shells right now. And they're all connected from the river Gambia. And here you have the baobab tree, and also right in the middle another one of the baobab tree. The leaves from the baobab tree are used to cook couscous and soup, and also the fruits are used to make drinks. Sometimes the oyster shells are also used to feed chickens because they have high calcium, so it's pounded till it's quite small and mixed into chicken feed. So all of this here is kind of like recycling the oyster shells and everything you get from the oyster to produce different materials. So this is what the oysters look like. They actually stick to the mangrove branches on roots. And to harvest them, you literally just, the ladies take a knife and scrape it off the roots so that the mangroves itself are not hurt, but the oysters can be collected. So you see these are oysters in the natural surrounding before they are harvested for eating. So this is a great natural oyster farm. Okay. One of the major activities you should do at Lamin Lodge is taking the boat ride through the mangroves. It's a very interesting activity because you get to see the oyster farms and actually the live oysters on the mangrove roots, and your guide will explain to you how they are collected, which season, and the ride goes all the way to the sandbank where you can chill there or have a picnic if you wanted to because the water recedes. What I love about the sandbank is that you have mud crabs peeping out at you, crawling and running all over the place. And then, of course, you've got mussels as well. Women come there to pick it at certain seasons of the year. You also see boats that are docked around the side, waiting to get the oysters scraped off the bottom so they can go back for the season. It's a nice boat ride to do because you take in the narrow canal ways of the mangrove on the river, and you get to see quite a lot of birds like the sandpiper, the kingfisher. It's really a very good interaction with nature, and also depending on the time you go, you probably get more bird life or less bird life, but it's a very good activity to do. And then at the end of the day, you can return back and then explore a bit Lamin Lodge itself. There's a restaurant there. You can sit down and have a drink. There you have monkeys coming into the restaurant and all of that. So it's a cool thing to do. I was lucky enough to actually witness from afar traditional ceremony with young men, and I could hear the music, see them dressing up, but I couldn't go close up. So if you're lucky enough, you might also see that. So that's it from me to you on this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Yours truly, Liesel81.
It's going to move.
Oh no, just go ahead.
Just go, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Just walk out the middle.